Yeah, I'm telling you, it hasn't stopped.
Really?
Yeah, keeps going and going and going. Not spelling thick stuff out all the time, but hold up, here it goes again. Yeah. Just the way it moves, it's freaky.
Yeah.
On the floor now, so, not on the table.
Gate.
Yeah, hold up, it's not finished. Still going. Yeah, this is a long one.
Gateway.
Gateway, I think.
Oh.
Gateway? What do you mean by gateway?
Yeah.
You mean, it might mean like a doorway or a portal or something like that. People are always warning us that. What do you mean by gateway? If you let us know. Oh, I think I know what this one is. Yeah. Careful. Careful of what?
Ah! Oh!
Oh! Crap.
Fucking hell.
Right, hold up a sec. I need to show people. Just so you know, right? There's no magnets. I mean, this floor is solid concrete underneath these. Can you see? There's no.
What type of playing is this? Oh my god. Why do you guys get such a board? After seeing the footage shared by Cop, oh my god, what was that? Some witch using a broom to travel? Or was that the spirit creep? Observe secretly. Oh, and someone had hidden some stuff below their bed. And he's wondering, oh my god, where did my meat go?
The one question is, why did Putin invade Ukraine?
All right. I'm going to make a connection in order to give you the information that we are allowed to give you. This connection is to what might euphemistically be referred to as the Interstellar Alliance Council. So I will be speaking on their behalf as well as on the behalf of myself. One moment. At this moment, the being known as Vladimir Putin is the most frightened and weakest person on your planet at this moment. Exhibiting the idea of weakness, exhibiting the ideas of fear, exhibiting the idea of loss of control and fear attached to that concept. Using force, using weapons, using coercion, using lies does not make one powerful. The use of such things is an indication that the person using them or the people thereof fear that they are weak and powerless. For they do not believe that their ideologies and their perspectives are powerful enough to draw and attract those to them without coercion, without force, without weapons, without lies. Therefore, they do not really believe in the power of their own ideology. They fear that they are weak, they fear that they are powerless, and they strike out and attack for the purpose of covering up and denying their belief in their own weakness and their own lack of self-empowerment. The idea on your planet is that from our civilizations, There are no soldiers. There are no police forces. This does not mean that you should abandon them or dismantle them. But in our reality, such beings take on more of the idea that you refer to as first responders, rescue operations, those that benefit the masses by coming in when and where they are needed to aid and assist and be of value in uplifting the civilization. Therefore, we lay out for you at this time, as an honorary member of the Interstellar Alliance, the notion and the practice and the actions necessary for these incidents to no longer occur. You have to have what you call your military and police forces, where each and every individual understands how life works and has an ethical and moral center on an individual basis, rather than following orders in a slavish way. They would respond to any such being as a dictator that is operating in a negative, coercive, lying, forceful way with a no. We will not follow you because it is outside the alignment of our moral and ethical centers in our connection to all that is. Such beings would be an aberration on your planet and would be immediately removed into a program of correction and therapy to allow them to learn to connect to their own self-empowerment, their own spiritual center and expression of all that is, rather than being left, as you would say, in charge. When you can, create programs that instill this universal ethical and moral center, a sense of connection to spirit, and expression and actions that are in alignment with who you truly are as powerful beings, and honoring and owning your own true power, it will no longer be necessary to have soldiers that follow orders slavishly. It will no longer be necessary to have a police force that must enforce the law, but simply act as those that guide, nurture, uplift, remind, in the same way that we have the organizational bodies in our alliance that amplify and magnify the concept of organization, the concept of awareness, the concept of stability, the concept of fluidity, the concept of adaptability, and the concepts of strengthening and magnifying everyone's individual self-empowerment in a way that functions harmoniously throughout the whole. You must think in terms of whole systems, rather than components that you struggle to piece together. In this way, when there are no longer those that simply slavishly follow orders, but each having their own ethical and moral center, will such actions as you are now experiencing on your planet no longer be possible. You must allow yourself, if you wish, to create programs, to teach, to educate, to help each individual find their self-empowerment and align to the idea of what you call the positive side of their ethical and moral experience in life, to connect back to their awareness of all that is, so that they will no longer support individuals who force, who coerce, who lie. The idea, therefore, is that this program must be started on your planet for you to truly achieve what can be achieved in your connection to our Interstellar Alliance as a full-fledged member. Through the window of open contact, it would be wise if you would accelerate these programs in such a way, create these programs and act on them in such a way that you can allow each to feel their own true self-empowerment and move forward as a collective whole, a collection of absolute individuals who are each empowered to be their unique selves with their unique connection to all that is, no longer slavishly following orders for those who fear that they are powerless, who fear others, who fear loss, who fear disconnection, who fear they are weak. For again, weapons do not make you powerful. They are a statement that you feel and believe you are powerless to attract what you need in life without them. Let that be the anthem of your world. We thank you. Will that have answered your question?
Yes, thank you. There was a follow-up question also, which was, Will the ETs prevent full-scale nuclear war, and how can they do that?
As we have said many times, there have been many demonstrations given over the military bases on your planet that harbor nuclear missiles, where our crafts have, by hovering over and extending their electromagnetic beams, shut down the launch codes, erased the launch codes, scrambled the launch codes to demonstrate that while it might still be possible for there to be a limited nuclear strike, a small one somewhere on your world, the idea of global thermonuclear war would rip through the fabric of dimensions to other realities, and this you are not allowed to do. So this will be prevented on a larger scale, even though smaller scales that will not have that effect interdimensionally can still be allowed, because you still have to make up your own minds about what you wish to experience on your world. But the larger expression of it, yes, is not allowed and will be prevented.
That's good to hear. And we appreciate that. And we appreciate everything that you've shared. Thank you so much, Bashar. From me.
Oh, that's interesting. Where did you say that guy comes from?
Parents whose babies come out looking exactly like them, and I mean like carbon copy
I'm a carbon copy duplicate, a different gender.
Oh man, this look beautiful.
The upper part of the body. The sacredness of this oil is crucial. Learning how to elevate this oil is key to becoming enlightened and accessing the higher mind. That's pretty interesting. Now, let's hear what Santos Bonacci has to say. His insights on this topic are truly fascinating.
This is a sacred secret simply because the secretion which comes from the sacral plexus is one of the most important things that we need to know for physiological regeneration. You see, by saving the seed, one can actually live longer. In fact, the ancients used to live for thousands of years by protecting and keeping this secret and guarding it. The Egyptians built ascension chambers, pyramids, for this very purpose. And they taught the science of respecting and keeping and guarding and looking after this beautiful oil. And if you know the Gospels well, you will know all the scriptures that are referring to it. I am the light of the world. He that follows me shall not walk in darkness. The light of the world is the optic thalamus. Keep your eye simple, for if your eye is dark, your whole body will be dark. That eye has always been known as the third eye. In fact, it's the spiritual eye. Now, as for the deniers, most churchgoers will be denying this because in their mind, Jesus Christ is a historical person which must return physically in order to save them, because they cannot save themselves. They need a vicarious third-party savior. Whereas the opposite is true. And this is what the so-called Apostle Paul was talking about when he referred to the sacred secret of the Christ within, the Christ that dwelleth within. For you see, the kingdom of God is within. It's not without. And in fact, the words of Jesus are pretty clear where it says, do not be looking out there, for the kingdom of God will not come with striking observableness. Don't look here and don't look there, because there will be deceivers saying, oh, there he is, here is the Christ, there is the Christ, because the process is within. And unless one is able to raise that energy and get out of the bottom chakras. You see, the bottom chakras deal with sexuality, strife, envy, power, greed, wealth, and all of those things. And if one is constantly seeking those things and constantly eating of the fruit of the tree of life, you see those beautiful nerves, the pneumogastric nerve system, they are responsible for bringing the oil back up to the top of the chimney. You see, because Santa Claus brings good presents, those beautiful spiritual presents. And we are the ones who are responsible for channeling that oil, that Christ seed within, so that it eventually is crucified in the middle of the head. You see, the cerebrum is hollowed out, and the midbrain and the limbic system at the top of the spinal cord is the holy of holies. And the cerebellum which sits at the back of the brain. This is otherwise known as the small brain. The cerebrum is associated with the top of the head, Aries, and the cerebellum is associated with Taurus, and the left brain, the male left brain. The right brain is the feminine, and it is connected to the cerebrum, the God brain. You see, we have the God man is the cerebrum, the Adam man is the cerebellum. Now, churchgoer, you won't get any of this in church. This is esoteric truth. Exoteric truth denies this and has been perpetuated for the last few thousand years by so-called Christian churches in order to deny and hide the true story of physical regeneration. In the past, people have lived for thousands of years by preserving and conserving this oil and transmuting it so that it reaches the optic thalamus. You see, what happens when the oil reaches the optic thalamus is that new blood is generated in the body. Until such time as this process has occurred, we will have old, toxic blood in our physical organisms. And in order to regenerate and produce new blood, the oil must be raised to the optic thalamus, and healing can occur. As I said before, the millions of dormant brain cells are reactivated. The heavens, the cerebrum, were awaiting the return of the prodigal son. You see, because we all have these dormant brain cells in our brains. And this is why when you go down to the shopping mall and you see the way people behave, it appears that they are zombies, zombified, and brain dead. Yes, because they have not returned any of the oil. And in the Bible, this is known as tithing. You see, this is why the Bible says you must return 1/10 to the Lord. Remember, the Lord, the Lord, refers to the gold. You see, this is how we turn lead into gold. Our spinal cord is like a thermometer. And as the mercury rises with warmth, the more so with enlightenment and consciousness and knowledge, we are able to raise the condition of this oil. And as it climbs the spine and ascends, it raises its vibration. In fact, when it gets crucified at the top of the spine where the pneumogastric nerve is crossed, this does not mean death. Crucifixion means to multiply 1,000-fold. Not only is physical regeneration a result of this, but also spiritual regeneration. And one is able to experience the higher mind and clairvoyance. Mediumship occurs down in the solar plexus. There are 4 brains in the human body. The cerebrum, what is otherwise known as the God brain, the cerebellum, which is the man brain, the medulla oblongata, which is responsible for the involuntary actions in the body such as breathing and blood circulation. And the 4th brain is the solar plexus, which is more related to the animal instinctive brain, which receives images from the ether, from the air, just like the animals do, and they react correspondingly without reason and logic, instinctively. So you see, this is why it is so important to raise the oil, so that one can get out of the lower mind. The lower mind is the solar plexus and wrought with problems. This is where the elites have known this secret. They have destroyed it because they have gone after the so-called heretics and renegades and unbelievers who have been teaching the true story of the Christ within and the ascension process within. You see, this rapture that all the Christians are waiting for is not going to happen outside. Ascension is within. One ascends to heaven, the heaved place, the dome of the cerebrum. You see, those 2 flaps, those hollowed out hemispheres of the cerebrum, are otherwise known as the cherubim. You see, in the Bible, God says to Moses, you must build the Ark of the Covenant with 2 cherubim above the Ark, covering over. And inside the Ark shall be placed the manna and the law of God, the 2 tablets. I'm here to tell you that the optic thalamus is the Ark of the Covenant, and the limbic system and the midbrain, the pons, the medulla oblongata, the pineal gland, these are the Holy of Holies. This is where one needs to return the good oil. This has been known to the ancients. It's in the Bible. It's in all of the legendary books. All of the characters, all of them, they are all in the body.
Oh my god, that's interesting. What do you think about today's videos? Please leave some comment, man. You see, myself, I've learned a lot of things today, and it's interesting. And now I'm really surprised to see stuff like that. Oh my god, that's new. That's good vibes.
So what if I told you that the year 2024 is not just another year? And if you follow the Gregorian calendar, which is what we all do, you might want to listen to this. So the Gregorian calendar, which is actually a follow-up to the Julian calendar, which we used to follow, is based on it's a solar calendar, in other words. So it's based on 365 days, and it's based on how the earth rotates around the sun. Even though I got a lot to say about that, I'm not going to go into that right now. That's not what this video is. But the Hebrew calendar, which is what we're going to talk about today, is based on lunar solar. In other words, that the months are based on the rotation of the moon and the years is based on the sun. And here's what's interesting about it. So based on the Hebrew calendar, it's not the year 2024 necessarily. It's actually the year 5784. And here's what's dope about this. 2024, which is the Hebrew year of 5784, is actually the year of open doors. And here's two things you got to take. So bet the doors are finally open to you. The things that you've been praying for, asking for, the doors are open. God has given a green light. But here's the problem. The first principle, you got to walk through the door. Stop asking, stop wondering. Don't see an open door. Don't see an open avenue, opportunity. Just stand there anymore. Now you got to walk through it. No more questioning. The green light is open. God has opened the door for you. Walk through it. Second warning, and it might just be the most important one. Not every door should be walked through. Not every door. Some doors will open to you, but you shouldn't be walking through them. So you're going to need a lot of discernment as to determine, God, which door am I supposed to be walking through? Because if the prophetic year this year is the year of the open doors, that means there's some things that's going to be opening to you should not be walking through. So you're going to have to be prayerful and have to be super discerning to determine, hey, God, what's for me and what's not for me? So walk through the doors, number one. The doors you know is for you. And number two, watch out. Beware of false doors.
Oh, may God lead you to the right doors, man. Huh.
You just need to put a bar of soap inside the sock, and you'll never have that problem again. That's right, folks. After this tip, your bathroom will never be the same. So here's what you need to do. You'll need a bar of soap, but it can't be just any soap. It needs to be this one, the glycerin type, and I'll explain why. You'll also need a sock. It doesn't have to be a new sock. In fact, it's even better if it's an old one. The important thing is that it has no holes or tears. Here's what you'll do. Take the soap. I really like this brand, but you can choose the scent that suits you best. Take the soap and place it in the sock as if you were marking it. Now take scissors and cut until you reach the soap. Then you'll take it, put the soap inside like it's a little bag and tie a knot. Then tie a second knot, but you won't tie it all the way down. You'll do it the way I'm showing you in the video. Afterward, tie a third knot and then just squeeze it. You'll do it this way because we'll need to use this open part here, and that's it, folks. Now go to your bathroom, remove the tank cover, then take it and place it inside, right in this part. It's important that the soap is in contact with the water. And there you go, folks. Wait about 5 minutes. Look at how the water changes color, and your bathroom will always smell fresh and fragrant.
Oh my God, that's interesting, folks. What do you think?
Would you like to know a surefire way to invite the angels into your world? I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. I'm Shauna DeMellan, and if you're new here, please give me a like and a follow for more. You see, the angels are literally waiting in the wings. We have free will, so they can't just come in and take over and drive the bus, so to speak. We need to invite them in. So this is something that I've used for years, and this is a game changer, I promise you. Angels, bring me the means, the money, the time, the resources, the people, the ideas, the opportunities, everyone and everything that will help me to create this, that will help me to magnetize in a home, that will help me to line up the perfect career opportunities for me, that will help me to bring in the love of my life, that will help me to get into the gym and crush it in beast mode. You can use this formula for every aspect of your life. And if you want to know even more secret sauce to work with the angels and invite them into your world, February 1st, we are starting Angel Basics 101. We will get together for an hour for 4 weeks. Each week, we're going to get together for an hour, and I'm going to teach you how to communicate with the angels. I'll let you know how many angels you have on your spiritual team. I'm going to tell you what their names are. You're going to meet them, and I'm going to teach you how to communicate with them so that you can get clarity, you can get answers to help you create a life you love. All the info is in my bio.
This thing is so weird. Can you understand me? What?
Oh my god! Ha! What type of dog is that? Is that even a dog or a skinwalker? Something crazy? Oh my god! And the sun opens up a portal. Wow, wow, wow! This is scary. You see, a friend of mine has been telling me that this sun might someday open a portal that will welcome the devil here on earth. And I don't understand why he keeps on telling me that. You see, what do you think about this? This is crazy. Why would these guys do this straight to open up a portal? To where? Who knows where these guys are going? Oh my god, this is scary. This is like the things we see in movies, and the people do this, and some bad guys come through the portal. Oh my god, that is creepy. Wow, 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 wow. What do you think is going on here? Oh my god. This is something unbelievable. What? Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. This is crazy, man. How can these guys even do this? You see, some of these things mess with my mind. For real, I can't understand what's going on, man. And oh, what the heck? Let's see what's happening here. Some good vibes guy, has some weird type of stone that will put in water and do water, does crazy stuff. Oh my god, that's great. What? Look! You see, you can't see this stone even in some reflection. Oh my god. Yeah. Weird stuff all over. This is crazy. Oh my god. This stone can even stop time. How is this possible? My good friends, please leave a comment if you know what type of stone is this, or where somebody can get it and try stuff with it. Oh my god. Oh, I've never seen such type of stone. You see, I've never even heard of one like this. Where do people get them? Is this some stone from space, or oh my god, that's creepy, man. That's definitely creepy. And I'd like to hear what you think about that. You see, good people of Earth, many videos has passed. Good vibes, funny, fishy videos, all types of videos. Leave some comment on what you think about all of them. You see, hit the like button, the super thanks if possible, and tell us where you're watching from. Oh my god, you see, that way you can interact and be good people, wonderful people of Earth, as our own people. You see, good vibes till the end. Watch till the end and leave some comments. Spread love to those around you, caring, good vibes, unity, and forgiveness. Yo, much love to yourself. Big up, man. You are loved and respected. Reflecting of the firmament. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, by the way, what does this airplane do that it goes like this, and it's like he's always drawing lines on the clouds? I wonder what they're always up to. You see, because you get to see them mostly and they can't understand what's going on. That's crazy. Oh my god. Look at this. What is this now? Oh, is this some animal or some weird stuff? Or some AI generated footage? What do you think this might be? This is fishy, queer, suspicious. This is everything unusual. Oh my god. Look at the wings and the backside and what is this now? Is this some bird, some crab, some fish? Oh my god. Or is this some fake stuff? It doesn't look real and it looks really suspicious. You see? Why does this eye look like some human eye? Huh? Please, good people, share this or what you think on that? Oh my god. Ah! Hmm. Huh. What's going on? Wow, 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 wow. Some rocket shoots through the moon. Oh my god. Ha! Is this even normal? Wow, 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 wow. Ah! Now this is suspicious. It makes me wonder what the moon is made of. You see? Huh. Huh. What is going on there? How is that even possible? What now can that be meaning? Do you mean that the moon might not be a solid stuff? It's maybe some plasma or something like that? Ha! Hmm. Uh-huh, uh-huh. What is going on here? Oh my god. Ha! This is creepy, man. This is definitely creepy. Ha! My god. This is insane. Ha! Is that some diamond? Oh, man, that's a fortune. That's great. Oh, oh, and some life hacks here on how to repair your shoes. Or, and this is great. This is interesting. Oh, this is how you repair your shoes, your worn out shoes. Some pair of, what do you call these, flip flops, and this is how you prepare them. This is interesting, man, and incredible. You see, humans are extra wise and creativity, they don't miss it. You see, they do crazy stuff and it's just amazing. Oh, and this looks like it was some parade of soldiers and some good vibe Simon here decided to also join them. You see, maybe this is the soldier in nature out there and some bad soldier. Bad, I mean like bad flying bad soldier. And they have come to interact with their fellow man soldiers. You see? Ah, yeah. I was wondering why do these guys do this stuff like this? Oh, yeah. This is too much drama. You mean they just showcase their walking skills with the guns? Oh my god. And the body swallowing. I do that every day. I fry. Myself, I even fry. And I don't even showcase it to my friends. But this guy is showcasing his walking skills. Ah. And the bird is probably wondering if this is normal. Hey, sorry, what's up with these humans? Okay, let me chill here and look and observe. I might as well get some 2 or 3 army skills and take them back to the wilderness. Yo, my friends will be really excited because of this story. They can't believe that some man was just walking, showcasing his gun and his ability to walk slowly. Oh, this bird is really surprised. You see, it has lied down and relaxed just to see. Everyone, oh my god! And this guy is normal. Is everything okay? Oh, what? Aja! Oh, this bird is probably running something. Some 1, 2, 3 stuff here. Huh? And he's wondering whether that is normal. Oh my god. What do you think was going on in the bird's mind?
I want you to be quiet and just listen to what I have to say, because when you're around 55, he says you will remember everything that I tell you. Now, why that was, I don't know, but he seemed to feel that 55 was some magic time. He said, I was not only on the moon, I was in the moon. There are bases on the moon. This was in 1961 when he told me this. And he said also that he was on Mars and in Mars. And I said, how in the hell did you get up there? He says, when they don't know how to bring people back and all that other good stuff. He says, that's baloney. He says, it's all taken care of. It's taken care of. And he says, the reason I'm telling you this, I have only, they're only giving me 3 months, and then I will be, you won't see me anymore. I'll be dead. And I said, well, how in the hell can you be dead, Daddy? You're the picture of health. You look wonderful. He says, that's not the point.
How old was he at that time, at 61?
I'd say 70, 71, or something around that. You don't hold me to the year exactly, but 70, 71, something like that. And I said, what do you mean? There's someone going to kill you? He says, well, he says, not exactly. And I said, if you hate my mother so much, why don't you just get a damn divorce? And he said, looked at me in a very shrewd-looking calmness. He had a calmness about him that I've never equaled anywhere. Not a sinister calmness. I mean, just a knowing calmness. He said, that's not necessary. He says, there are other ways. So when I saw, all of a sudden, my mother got a phone call. He went to the hospital for a very routine examination, and that she said that there was a nun. He died in the arms of a nun. So when my mother wanted to send thank you cards to the nun and candy or flowers or what to thank her, no one had any record of any nun in this hospital.
And this was probably the Bethesda Naval Hospital?
No, it was a Catholic hospital, Bon Secours Hospital. However, when he was laid out, now I knew my father very well, there was no hair on his hands. Now, he had hair from here. He used to have it up on his fingers a little and up to here, and then no hair. But here, there was no hair. And when I touched his cold hands, I thought that was strange. And then I noticed these men in trench coats. Now, you know, Germans do not deal much with Americans, especially when all my life everything was secret. So here these guys in trench coats like this with their arms folded all around. There was 2 by the coffin, and there were several others around.
That's inside the funeral
home. And I asked them, I said, who are you? And they looked at each other like they didn't have a good answer. So I said, something told me to say to them, oh, you must be friends for my father with the Glen L. Martin Company. Thank you, I welcome you. And I was just gracious. And they looked at each other and they said, oh, yes, yeah, like I must have put an answer in their mouth, you know. Then I went to his face. He had his hair combed straight back. I went to his face and I brushed his hair. All of this hair moved.
Which means that it was a toupee.
I don't think it was my father in that coffin.
So they probably used a toupee to make another corpse look
mannequin.
close to your father's
Yeah.
coffin.
I don't think it was him. Because in 1985 when I went over there and my mother paid for the grave and all that stuff, there was no record of him being buried in the family plot after my mother paid. I have physically, personally, I have the receipts. It's just not there. It was non-existent. Never heard of it.
Oh my god. Ha! That's
One of the rarest marks to have on your palm. Check your palm now to see if you have it and to see if you're a rarity. So, you're going to want to look right here somewhere on the Mount of Luna or somewhere in this area. Right here, you got to look real close. It looks a little bit like a looping fingerprint pattern. Right here. This is known in palmistry as the ulnar loop. And it's a very rare mark to have on your palm. According to palmistry, this mark indicates that the individual that bears this mark thinks very differently from everyone else. It typically indicates that whoever has this mark is very adept and very in tune to nature, is very in tune with the environment, and again, thinks very differently, a very different sort of mind frame. And this, along with other markings in the palm, can indicate a very unique individual with a very unique and somewhat unusual way of thinking. So again, it's a very rare mark to have in the world of palmistry. Check your palm. Tell me in the comments if you have this mark, and like and follow.